Thank you all for coming this afternoon. We appreciate it. And then the co-main event of the evening, Chael Sonnen and Nate Marquardt. These guys are two of the top 5 middleweights in the world. Chael Sonnen looked better than I've ever seen him in his last fight. He looked more well-rounded, more aggressive. I mean, he put on an incredible showing. I even, after the fight, I went backstage and told him, wow, you look better than I've ever seen you. You blew me away tonight, kid. And here he is right now. The winner of this fight gets a shot at Anderson Silva or Vitor Belfort, whoever wins that fight in Abu Dhabi. Ladies and gentlemen, Chael Sonnen.
Here we are. This is a big fight. My path to get here was tough, but we've made it, and I've got a very good opponent. My opponent, on paper, wins this fight. But ladies and gentlemen, we are not fighting on paper.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nate Marquardt.
Thanks, guys. Chael, you're a very good speaker. You're going to make a great politician. Yeah, I'm very excited for this fight, and that's actually the first time I've heard that it's going to be for a title shot officially, so that's exciting. But man, this is a tough fight for me, and I'm very excited for it. I'm going to put on a show for you guys. Thanks.
Mark the Hammer Coleman. This guy has been, you know, he comes up and gets into the UFC and beats Stephan Bonner, then has the war with Shogun, and as soon as that fight's done and Shogun goes on to his next fight, look what he did with Machida, you know? Don't count Mark Coleman out either. This is going to be an amazing fight with two guys who are up there in age but are still very, very good fighters and very much in the light heavyweight division.
Thank you everybody for coming. Yeah, this is a huge fight for me, and I want to thank Randy for accepting this fight. He didn't have to do that. Nothing but respect for Randy, one of the greatest of all time. But I'm not going to be intimidated by anybody. I'm not intimidated by Randy. I've done my homework. I'm prepared, and there's no reason why I shouldn't win this fight. And I do plan on winning this fight. Thank you.
He looked phenomenal against both the heavyweights that he's fought in his last 2 fights. I don't care what anybody says, ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest of all time, one of the top 5 light heavyweights in the world, Randy the National Couture.
Thank you all for coming. It's great. It's always great to fight here in Las Vegas, which has become my hometown now for about 6 years. I'm actually happy it's here at Mandalay Bay. All the guys are teasing me, saying we should hold it at Caesars and call it the Geezers at Caesars. I'm quite pleased it's here. I'm excited to fight Mark. He's one of the reasons I got in this sport. One of the guys I knew from wrestling that was competing in mixed martial arts. I raised my eyebrow and said, hey, that's a pretty cool sport, I got to try that. So thanks to him for all that he's done and for asking for this fight. I think it's a great opportunity, again, for 2 Hall of Fame guys to get after it. It's going to be a good old-fashioned scrap, and I always look forward to that. Thank you, guys.
I think each and every time I go out, I get asked the questions about my age and how long I'm going to keep going and all that stuff. And it's all tongue-in-cheek at this point. I feel blessed each and every time I get to go out there and compete again. And I'm pretty rational. I know at some point I'm not going to be able to compete at this level, but I am still getting better. And Mark is a great test. Anytime I face another wrestler, a guy that comes from the same background as I am, it makes for an interesting challenge. Wrestlers have a particular mentality and a particular approach to fighting, and that's going to be fun.
This fight is as big as it gets for me. A win versus Randy Couture, I think Chuck Liddell said it, it means something. It looked good on anybody's resume. And I've been out here for 60 days getting prepared for this, so I've committed myself, dedicated myself to winning this fight against Randy. It means everything to me. He is one of the greatest of all time. I respect him, admire his ability to fall and climb back to the top. He is a true champion. But like I said, I want a piece of that. I want a piece of what he's got.